Hello friends, MLV back again because I'm here to talk about punk rock and a significant event that happened 40 years ago. Exactly 40 years ago this month, actually in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Let's see here. I was playing in Half-Life at the time. We had just gotten back together with our drummer Damon. We only did one show in January with the Descendants, but then in February this show happened, and this is the 40th anniversary of this infamous. So this was Beefeater, Dag Nasty, and Half-Life at the Electric Banana. It's a show I booked. Brian Baker actually called me, said he was looking for shows, and we were able to put this together very quickly. The first Dag Nasty record wasn't out yet, so that's why Beefeater, who had an LP out on Discord, they're actually the headliners of this show. But anyway, big iconic show. This is the original paste-up board, the original flyer. This is my art. I did this. It was like, I hand-lettered this, and then, pasted it on. You can see that. This was probably just cut out of another flyer. The banana was certainly cut out of another flyer. But that's how we did it back in the day. We pasted it up, and then we went and Xeroxed it and, pasted them on telephone poles and everything. Anyway, I thought this was funny. You got Vivian here from, the Young Ones, obviously. And these guys are famously kind of like straight edge bands. So I thought that would be kind of, ironic. But anyway, there we go. That's the flyer. Also have a couple other things to show you. This is the original set list from Dag Nasty. This is fully autographed by the band. I watched the set and I grabbed it and had them sign it. So it's kind of a little punk rock ephemera there. And then naturally I also have Beefeaters. So this is Beefeater's set, autographed by the entire band. R.I.P. Fred. One of them has since passed away. But here you go. It's a cool thing. It's on an old government issue flyer that was just laying around. Anything that was laying around, you would make a set list out of back in the day. So that's another thing. And then finally, as one added extra bonus, actual photograph from that day. So this would be February 6th, 1986. Me and Brian Baker. I'm clearly in my I wish I was in Sam Hain phase. I'm wearing a Damned shirt because when I first met Brian a year earlier, he was wearing a Damned shirt. I remember I wore that on purpose because I wanted him to think I was a cool guy or whatever. He had been in Minor Threat. They were just such a major influence on us and everything. So anyway, cool little. And I guess it just goes, I keep everything, basically. This is what I'm showing here. But anyway, 40 years. Where did they go? But anyway, a little bit of Pittsburgh and East Coast hardcore punk trivia for ya, I guess. Okay, I'll be back with more stuff like this in the future. Take care.